Hello, I'm Paul Douglas. In this video in my series on guitar soloing, we're going to take a look at a few licks you can use in your own guitar solos. I didn't want this series of videos I've made to become a series like I'd play a lick, I'd show you how to play it, I'd play another lick, I'd show you how to play that, I'd play another lick, I'd show you how to play that. I really didn't want it to be a series of videos like that. What I want to do is enable you to, one, create your own licks and then use all the techniques and tools we've been discussing to make your solo interesting and dynamic and emotional and full of tension and release, that sort of thing. However, I think a discussion of a few licks in a series about guitar soloing is never going to be out of place. So I'm just going to demonstrate a few very common licks that you can use, and hopefully go on to discuss a few ideas for creating your own licks, which is something I would encourage you to do. What I've found, certainly over the years, is that whenever I come up with something myself, rather than learn something someone else has produced, then I tend to remember it better. It tends to stick in the old brain a little bit better. Let's start with a very common lick here. Goes something like this. So all we're doing there, so I'm playing this in the key of E. I'm on the 14th fret on the G string, and I'm bending up to the pitch of the 16th fret. So bending up from the A to the B. I bend to that note, and then I played the 12th fret on the B string, the E string, the B string, and then I play 15th on the B string and bend that up a tone. So I simply go. A very nice bluesy little lick. Again, I'm going to stay in the key of E here and play a little repeating pattern that's very, very common, because it's one of those that's quite easy to play fast but sounds really good. It sounds harder than it is to play. So we're just going to play 15 and 12 on the E string and 15 and 12 on the B string, and we're just going to alternate them. And I finished by bending up on from 15 there. Bending up the tone. You can also vary the order you do that in, so you don't have to go that string, that string. You can. And that sort of repeating pattern idea is very common in guitar solos, and hopefully you can adapt that and think, okay, well, that's all I have to do. I can move that to somewhere else, and so maybe I could do. So you can take that repeating pattern anywhere on the fretboard, really, up to you. Let's take another idea. So we're basically going to go down the E minor pentatonic scale here, but we're not just going to go straight down it. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to play the first three notes, then we're going to go back up a note and then go down three notes. I'll try and explain what I mean. So first three notes, then we're going to go up to D and then descend three notes. Then we're going to go back up one to the B and descend three notes. So we end up with this. So it's a bit more interesting than just going straight down the scale. And that idea, again, that repeating pattern idea, that doesn't just have to be applied to the minor pentatonic scale. It can be applied to any scale you like. Another idea you can use for generating your own licks. I'm going to pick one more repeating idea here. So this time using the E blues scale. We're going to start on the 12th fret on the B string. We're going to go 12, 15, 12, and then we're going to hit that blues note, so 15 on the G string, and then play 14 and 12 on the G string, so we have this. And then we're just going to repeat that, and then maybe finish on that E there, when we've finished repeating the pattern. So. Sorry, couldn't help myself adding a little bit on the end there. And let's have one final one here. So the G and B string, very, very useful for us guitar players. And I'm going to show you a lick that just includes that G and B string as a double stop. I've got the double stop, the G and B string there on the 12th fret. I'm barring that, then I'm doing the same but on 14 on the G and B, back to 12 again. So I'm pulling off from 14 to 12 there, so we go 12, 14, pull off 14 to 12, then onto 14 on the D string, then 12 on the G string, 14, 12, 14 on the D string. So we have... Now, I've shown you a few licks there. Those are licks that are just sort of off the top of my head that have probably been stuck in there for years and years and years. But hopefully I've given you a few ideas for generating your own, how you can use repeating patterns and bending up to other strings, moving patterns around the neck to create your own, and I would highly encourage you to do that. Something that I have mentioned in this series already, but it's worth mentioning again because it's important, is don't be afraid to sound shit. It's very, very important. In my little bits of playing I've done in these videos, I've played a few bum notes, and that's absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. The way you learn is by making mistakes, and that's great. If you decide to pick your guitar up and improvise for a bit and most of it sounds rubbish, but you come up with a few seconds worth of, oh, that's really good, then that has been worth it. And as you get more experience and you play more and more and more, the amount that you produce that you don't think is very good will diminish, and the amount that you produce which you think is good will increase. I have made a couple of backing tracks to go along with this series of videos. There are two of them, one designed for use with the A minor pentatonic and blues scales, one designed for use with the A major scale. I've put links in the description below to these videos. Please feel free to use them to practice over, to improvise over. And if you want to use those videos to make your own videos of yourself improvising over them, that's absolutely fine, and I would highly encourage that. I'd love you to do that. What I'd like you to do is practice creating your own guitar solos and coming up with your own licks. Feel free to use the ones that I've shown you here, but I really would encourage you to try and think about coming up with your own using the ideas that we've discussed in this video series. And I'd love to hear what you come up with. Let's see how dynamic and interesting and full of passion and tension and release. Let's see how much of that you can put into your guitar solos. Thanks very much for watching. Please continue to the next video in this series, which will be the final video in the series, where I'm going to discuss a few miscellaneous ideas that I haven't been able to find anywhere else to put them in the rest of the series. Please subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out if you would hit that subscribe button down there. Again, thanks very much for watching. Please feel free to like and share this video, and I will see you next time. Cheers.